region, and the sky is twilight. How is everybody on this fine Thursday morning? It's Thursday, the 5th of March, 2026. I am about 20 or 25 followers away from 500. I'm so close. And I did set myself a target to go live every 12 hours or so, or do a video every 12 hours until I reach 500. And then we can kind of reevaluate and see if we like doing these lives at 6 a.m., which is 1 a.m. Eastern, midnight Central, 10 a.m. Pacific. I've got no idea. But yeah, so if we can reconsider what we like to do and if it's fun. I'm finding it fun actually spending time with you guys every 12 hours. It's been a lot of fun. And so we pulled some cards today. I have got the Dragon deck, which I discovered had kind of fallen down the side, and I found it again now, so that's good. I love working with elemental energies, and I love pulling cards. So if you're not into oracle cards, or you're curious about oracle cards, they are a lovely way to connect with different energies and to have a medium for your guides, your guardians, your God, or whoever to come through, or just your inspiration, your intuition, your higher self coming through those cards. Yeah, so it gives it opens a door, a very small window perhaps, to allow your intuition to flow. So for me, it was working with crystal cards. Crystal cards allowed me to start tuning into my psychic centers a bit more, and to really kind of heighten the knowledge that I had for crystals as well. So I love crystal cards, I love dragon cards, and I love my Akashic Oracle. So when you do book in for a one-to-one divination session with me, I work with the Akashic Oracle deck by Marina Beach, the Soul Alchemist. But what we're actually doing is we're doing an Akashic Oracle weaving session, and we open up your Akashic records, which is that fifth dimensional space where all of the information about you and your soul's journey is held. And we look to see what messages, themes, and energies are coming forward from the past, from the parallel, or maybe even coming back down from the future versions of you, and it's impacting you in the here and now. Okay, now if it's not wanted, if it's unwanted energy, maybe it's an old vow, an old agreement, an old karmic contract, something that's just doesn't make sense anymore, then I work with you and your energy and the pendulum alchemy techniques to release that from your Akashic record timeline, and then we weave together the highest timeline by using these cards, and I look to see what success anchors we can put in its place. So yeah, so when I do one-to-one readings, it's very different to the readings that you see me do. Like today we're working with dragons, because I work in your Akashic timeline, and maybe we go into the past and we call forward a skill or a vow that you've made, and we look at its impact on the everyday and things like that. But I'm so close to 500 followers. I'm going live every 12 hours or so in a bid to get to 500 followers, and then we will reevaluate and see if we want to keep doing lives like 6 a.m. in the morning where I've just woken up and just washed my face and got out of bed, So, how is everybody? Let me know. Thank you for joining me. I am AnchorHaven. I'm here in the UK, and we do general Ascension chit chat. We do some oracle card guidance, and we talk about podcasts that we've been watching, maybe guests that we've seen on the Typical Skeptic podcast recently. We talk about current affairs and events that are a bit more mysterious, a bit more esoteric, hidden, unusual, mystical wellness, secret space program. We talk about super soldiers here and things like that. This channel is not for children. This channel is for adults only. So welcome everybody. I cannot see anybody who's in the live chat, so if you've posted, I'm just letting you know that I cannot see. So I'm hoping one of my moderators is going to still be awake and come and join us very soon. And I might have to send a message out to one of them. But how are you? Let me know where in the world you are, what time it is there, and what's going on with you. We do love to talk about things that are a little bit more unusual on this channel. So we talk about the starseed, ascension, awakening, Kundalini, trauma healing. We talk about many things, and I did a diary video yesterday talking about multi-dimensional relationships, talking about time, distance, and shielding, and leaving love on that multi-dimensional battlefield. So when you've had connections with other people from other realms of existence, and that's starting to come into the bleed through now, here and now, and it's kind of thinking, okay, what's going on here? I've got a connection to somebody, it feels very strong. Is it from this life, past life, parallel life, from another altered version of me, within me, without me, whatever? So yeah, so I did a video about that one recently. So do go check that out if you're curious how multidimensional relationships, soul cords, and ties are actually working. And that's just my perspective. So you're welcome to put things in the comments on there about what you've experienced as well. We do try and keep things a high vibe live here as much as we can. I did have a few low vibe lives last week because I was experiencing a connection with an altar that was bringing forward trauma, shall we say. So yeah, so when you get into the secret space program, super soldier journeys, that's a trauma discovery. Let's go looking for the trauma. Let's go healing the trauma. Let's find out where these trauma connections lie and let's heal them the best we can. So I'm on a memory mining process, and over the last year I have discovered a lot of memories that were blocked out of my mind, and they're all linked to trauma, of course. So we're here trying to heal the trauma in whatever suitable, positive, respectful way that we can. So that's what we do here on my channel. We look to find solutions, and we speak to people who have, similar journeys, working in the covert programs, working on and off planet, and who've got fractaled identities. We look into all of those kind of things. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. It's 6:11 a.m. here in the UK. And I do have my dragon cards with me, so if you would like a dragon card, please let me know. Pop a message in the chat and just generally let me know where you are in the world, what's going on with you, because I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to know where you are. And here's Danny, yay! Okay, so I've been talking for 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Dragon card for Danny. Hi Danny, it's 12:11 a.m. where Danny is. So she's in Central somewhere. Then I was beginning to think either the chat's broken or nobody's joining me, and I can see the number going really high, then really low, really high, really low. That's so funny. Thank you for joining me, Danny. I appreciate it. I'm in the need of a little energy boost right now because I've been talking to somebody and it's been getting a bit intense, and I'm just like, oh, normally people come off faster than 7 minutes. 7 minutes is the longest I've ever had to just talk at the camera for a while, because everyone is so good. This is for Danny. You've got the black dragon. The black dragon. See that cocoon there? So it's saying cocoons you so that your divine potential grows, meditate, reflect, and undergo a metamorphosis. So things may be a little bit tricky for you right now. You might be finding that you need to rest and reset. Like you need to take yourself away from others around you because you're going through a transformation. So be gentle, be kind with yourself, take it easy. There's a lot going on in the collective energy field. I'm just going to wipe my eyes 1 second. So I've been awake for a while, but I've been chatting with a friend, and there's just so much drama going on out there, isn't there? There's so much drama. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's questioning, what can I share with people in case it gets shared with other people? Or, I've had an experience with somebody and they've come into my astral, and does that mean they're thinking about whatever? There's so much going on that I did a video about relationships. I don't know, we all need support at times, and it's hard to figure out multidimensional relationships. And I'm in the middle of writing a book about this kind of thing as well. Jason, your headphones didn't charge. You're going to have to lip read. So, hi, Jason. This is the second time you've had trouble with your headphones that I've noticed. I don't know. You're welcome, Danny. So we've got dragon cards today. I love working with the Dragon Oracle. I thought I'd lost this one. But yeah, so we're talking about multi-dimensional relationships. So has anybody found past life connections in this life? When you get into the super soldier stuff, it's very weird. You know, you find yourself drawn to people, but they might not remember you, and then you feel there's a really deep connection there, and you know, your old headphones fell in the hummus. That's dead 420, that is. So I'm trying to find someone saying that I'm so naive about this 420. Well, I am, because I didn't know what 420 meant. Even though one of my coolest friends has got 420 in his title, I still didn't realize that was a thing. Like, I thought it was just random numbers. That's why I was saying I'll be 422. So yeah, I am very childlike at times. I don't mean to. So, Jason, are you also on Central Time? Is it midnight where you are? It's 6:15 a.m. here in the UK. Today is Thursday. I'm quite excited because today I get to start a new course of Violet Flame Reiki Mastery. If anyone would like to join that course, you can, and it is a payment plan. It's £333, which is like $445, I think, $444. But you can spread that over 12 weeks. Or longer if you need to, but the deposit is just £33 or say $44. Yep, 12:15 a.m. in Central America right now. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? So, Griffin, why are you broadcasting this like you're a teacher or work for the BBC? I don't know, it's just my natural ability. Good morning, Griffin. Thank you for joining us. You are most welcome. Weather lassie. So I take it you're in Scotland then, Griffin. So let me know what time it is where you are, whereabouts you are. Good morning, cheers. Yes, High Vibe Live. It's 6:16 a.m. I'm here in the northwest of England, and the weather is still it's still the same as it was before. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so we've got some dragon cards. If anybody would like a card pull for some random guidance to start your day or end your day, you are very, very welcome. Here on my channel, we do talk about things that are a little bit more unusual, a little bit esoteric, perhaps, hidden away. It's cold as if it was Scotland, okay? And and Steve is in Utah. It's 11:16. What? Are you on mountain time? Is that mountain? I don't know. And yeah, so yesterday we've had 2 good days of weather, 2 good days of blue sky, which is very suspicious. Like, a man stopped me in the street to talk to me about it the other day. That's how rare it is to get good weather right now. So anyone would like a card, a dragon energy. Why are you broadcasting like you're a teacher or you work for the BBC? That's hilarious. Because I have a friend who literally used to be a broadcaster for the BBC as well, so that's quite funny. I wish I could get a job working at the BBC. Who knows? No, unlikely. I have a face for radio. Anyway, let's do a general dragon guidance for the collective. For anybody watching live or on the replay, this is for you. This is your Thursday forecast. I'm going to pick 3 dragon energies to see what's generally going on in the world. Okay, this is the general first. Okay, I'm really happy about one that's come out. We've got the aquamarine dragon from Neptune saying, access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive soul knowledge. So that's kind of what we're doing well. What we're being supported by is the dark blue galactic dragon. It says, helps you listen to the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint. Access cosmic wisdom. So we've got 2 wisdom cards coming out. Very interesting. This one I'm excited about because I associate this one with the goddess Guan Yin. And today I'm teaching one of her healing modalities. Gold and silver violet flame dragon. Nice. Awesome. Transmute the old around your... Oh, that's interesting. I just read that completely different in my head. Transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation, magic and healing. Offer service under grace. So this is what we're being supported with. Yeah, Guan Yin is the Chinese goddess of compassion and mercy. However, there are 300 temples of Guan Yin in a trail going from South Korea all the way through Asia and Taiwan, all the way down to like Singapore, Yeah, so she is beloved by many. So the healing modality I do that's come from her is the Violet Flame Reiki system, which is 4 levels of 40 sacred symbols. There's no Reiki quite like it. If not when you're working with 40 sigils, it's amazing. So we do multi-dimensional healing as well, but all based in compassion. So it's an advanced Reiki that I teach. It's not for people who've never done energy healing. It's for people who are looking to level up their energy healing and to trust themselves a bit more, become one with the universe kind of energy. So I think it was 24/7. 24/7. There's 2 actually. There's 2 cards. So the first card for 24/7 is Fire and Water Dragon. And it says, enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change, to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. And then this next one is Earth and Air Dragon. You've got a full Earth, Fire, Water. What's going on? That's amazing. Represent a perfect balance of heaven and earth. You are in complete balance right now. All of your elementals. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. This is the first time ever I've had earth, air, fire and water come out in one spread. That's the first time ever. You are in total balance because you're the storm energy and you've got your 4 elements all around you with your dragons. How amazing is that, right? Danny's been interested in Reiki for the last several years, but I only watch videos on YouTube. Oh, okay. I mean, my course starts at 7 o'clock UK time, which is 2 o'clock Eastern, and we go for 12 weeks. So I teach in a very different way to other people. So you can fit it in with your lifestyle. You can watch the replay. You get additional coaching sessions. I want water, guys. I want water. I've run out of Pepsi, which is not good. I'm having to drink water. Yeah, as long as you feel that call. Oh, you are getting me with this free roller coaster day. It's like every day is a free roller coaster day now. I thought it was meant to be in August. I totally fell for that one last week, and I messaged a friend and said, they're saying it's free roller coaster day. Are you aware of this? And he's like, no. And yeah, Danny, so as long as you've got a call to work with the Violet Flame and you've got an understanding of what energy healing is, then you're welcome to book in to my Violet Flame Reiki Mastery program. Yeah, and you can pay in installments, absolutely fine. So, Woo, tell me why you keep saying it's free roller coaster day. Is it because it's an emotional roller coaster day? You're in the Bible Belt. Not many alternative healing around there. Yeah. Hey, healing hands. That's what we're dealing with. Healing hands. I'm so thirsty actually this morning. It's really weird. Normally I'm not this bad. Okay, so made it past a few days, woke up a few hours late. Yeah, the sleep trap spell is going on. The sleep trap targeting is in full effect, slowing down people's nervous systems, slowing down their digestion, putting the general population into a woozy state so that they can't complain with what's going on in the world. Sleep trap targeting, heard it here first. So yeah, I coined that one. So if anyone starts talking about the sleep trap, it's come from me. No, he keeps saying it's about roller coasters every day. It's like a thing now. But I don't get the joke because I'm too literal. Literal. Your right ear is in pain. Would you like some support with that? If you have to ask and you're not ready for the meaning. Yeah. Woo, I only just realised that 420 means something. Right? I'm not ready. Bubbly Jade, happy Thursday. And if nobody has told you today you're amazing, you're enough, keep shining lovely. Yeah, you are amazing. You're on the right path. Keep moving forward. So the only person that ever says that kind of thing to me is Ivan Teller. So publicly, he's a bit judgmental about my work on the webinar when I ask random questions. And he says to me, do you really want to know that? Do you really want to get into that? And he's really judgmental. But privately, he's like, you're on the right path. Keep going. You're on the right path. So you don't get the joke either, Danny. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Desiree, I had no idea. I had no idea it was a thing. And the safety meeting, and I had no idea. I literally just thought it was part of Jason's name. And Jason's a bit of a stoner. So I didn't realize it was an actual thing, right? The Tiffany song, I think We're Alone Now, is about child trafficking or pedos. Yeah, I think it is too now. Everything is, isn't it? Changing it up. Train spotting. How you doing, Paul? Good morning. It's 6:25 a.m. here in the UK. Let me know where in the world you are. Where in the world are you? Where in the world have you been? Right. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, the PDF files. You know, in the 80s, growing up in the 70s, 80s, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Right? People just weren't aware. So you saying we are in the UK. As in your trips business is in the UK. That's awesome. So I was working in Warrington recently, and I was on like a, can't really say, but there was a guy sitting there with this massive camera right on the train line at Warrington Bank Quay, and I'm walking towards him, and I saw he had this big camera, and I'm like thinking, oh, what's going on here? Then he gets out, he goes to the fence, and this ye olde train went by. And he got the shot. He got the shot. And some other guy from the car park came up to him and they were like, oh, he got the shot. Yeah, so train spotting. There's loads of them out here. Oh, you're in Reading. I'm in the Liverpool City region. Nice. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Is that funny? Is that from a movie? I'm not too sure about that one. Sorry. Yeah, I'm very literal. Some things I just don't get. I generally get like sci-fi stuff. You're in Bristol, Bubbly Jade, who's 31 and on YouTube. And, looking for love, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, just don't go there. Colin Young, hello, how are you? You are welcome. So I am doing random dragon energy readings. If anybody would like a card just to start or end their day, you're very welcome. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. And then once I do, I might not go live quite as much. We will see if we want to continue. Colin's in the United Kingdom as well. Whereabouts, Colin? What area are you in? Jade, Bubbly Jade would like. Where's Waldo? Yeah, so I mentioned, I think we're alone now. And then it came on Steve's radio, like, do, 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 do. I just remember that she was in the shopping mall, and I was like, hey, I want to be in a shopping mall too. It's like I was a teenager. And at the time, we didn't have a shopping mall. We didn't have one. This is for Bubbly Jade. We're doing general dragon card readings. It may make no sense, but how long have you done the channel for? No, this channel's only been going for like a year of me posting regularly. It is an alternative channel. It's a mixture of mystical wellness, trauma healing, and secret space program, super soldier weird stuff. Right, so we got a bit of a mixture going on here. So this is for Bubbly J. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Entertainment purposes only. If it makes no sense, do not try and make it fit. This is for Bubbly Jade. Okay, you got the earth and water dragons. You're a very grounded person. Creates the foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. So, Jade, you are going to feel your best when you're outdoors, when you're walking by the lake, that kind of thing. So, do take some time to get some fresh air over the next couple of days. Put those grounding roots down, really connect to Mother Earth. If there's something that you're trying to manifest or a fresh start that you're trying to create, just know that you are on the right path, that you are doing well, but you need to be more connected outdoors. Okay, so that is for Bubbly Jade. Oh, thanks, Jade. So whoops, Train Spotting was a movie. Yeah. Oh, Colin Young, what was that, pal? So, you know, this time of the morning, we do get people who are very unusual. Hi, Joe. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. It's 6:29 a.m. here in the UK. The sky is getting slowly lighter and lighter, and that's the weather report here from the Liverpool City region. Okay, so somebody said that I was like BBC broadcaster. Okay. And on that note, I will be planning to do not a movie, a video, an episode with Miles from Bases very, very soon. Has anybody got any ideas or topics or something that you would like me to talk about with Miles? I'm trying to document his journey a bit more because He was in Toronto. As a teenager, he managed to win something or get on a program of some kind that took him to study in Toronto. And come on, guys, come on. You know that means there was an underground base and he was probably there. So, yeah, so hi, Joe. We're doing dragon cards. If you would like a dragon card, please let me know. I'm so close to getting to 500 followers now. We've all done really, really well, showing up for each other for the last 10 days. And you see, some people it's weird to stand at a bridge waving at trains, filming them, uploading them to YouTube. At the end of the day, in my spare time, I can do pretty much what I want. Yeah. So is that what you do? Do you take people around to do the train filming then? What's the most fantastic train that you have spotted in your life, that snap that you are so proud of? Does it have a name that you can share with us? Have you ever seen like the royal trains as well? You do it on your own. Joe would like a card. Okay, this is a card for Jojo. Okay. Ooh, you've got a lot going on, love. You've got Source Dragon. Soak that up a little bit. You've got the Source Dragon. Wow. It says attunes you to the infinite. And if you look at the tail, I've only just noticed that that's an infinity sign there. I've only just noticed. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. Connect with source energy. This is for Danny. No, this is for Joe. This is Joe's. Sorry. It's 6:30. Well, I do it on your own. Train spotting. We have trains, but they aren't for passengers. Oh, yeah. I know the train network in America is not as good as the train network in the UK. So I have a friend that kind of talks about that kind of thing all the time. And sometimes when I'm on trains, like I was doing this course a few weeks back, and I had to take 4 to 6 trains every day to get there and back. It was a lot. So, you know, I was always at a train station. I was always on a train. I've not seen the Royal Train as it's been dismantled. Are you kidding me? Dismantled. Do you think the Royal Train was used for child trafficking? Who knows? Possibly. I just saw this one guy's video where he goes to all the abandoned EM10 engines. And Danny's near the train tracks. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Back to the Future just popped into my mind. 88 miles per hour, trying to get the train up. I'm a movie geek, sorry guys. Oh, okay. The energy is feeling a bit high actually. I think we've got somebody lurking. I'm going to do the bowl. Take a deep breath. If you've got a sore ear, please cover your sore ear. Asking for only the highest love, highest light, true benevolence, no conflicting agendas on our live, bringing in support, protection and love for each and every person watching on the live and on the replay. Thank you. Calling in our guide and guardian of the highest light, calling in the violet flame angels, ultraviolet flame angels, crystal light angels, calling in our guides to give us some great wisdom today and support. Thank you. So you've seen a train called Class 37. They are nicknamed Slugs, and they run in very early hours in the morning, and they have old railway coaches that do ultrasonic tests. What does that mean? What are they testing? What is this ultrasonic testing that they're doing? Are they sending out EMF frequencies across the line? Ooh. Are they just blasting us early in the morning using trains to do that? Because there's I'm in between 2 train stations here. It's a science experiment, Dr. Brown. So making sure there's no damage to the rails. Yeah, I get that they run the rails, but what are the tests that they're doing though? I think they're being used for EMF frequency fielding, and they're sending out that. What do you guys think? Train spotting. This is very interesting. We appreciate your presence this morning. Bright lights shining on the overhead wires and the rails, sleepers. Yeah. Train tracks block the ley lines. Well, here I feel like it runs parallel to the ley line. Your trains are getting longer and longer. I'm not surprised. Yeah. So our trains are, I don't know, they upgraded our trains here like 2 years ago so that they meet the platform properly. And they've got like a little step that comes out and meets the platform. And then when I went to Hinkley, I think it was, I was in Hinkley and Wigan, the train would stop. There was a 2 foot drop down to the platform with like a foot gap. And and I've had that foot surgery, so I'm not jumping anywhere, am I? So I'd stop and I'd look down, get a panic. But luckily, every time, wherever I stopped, there was one person on the platform and they stopped right outside my carriage. So I just put my hand out, and the first time I got this Japanese gentleman, and he was like, "Oh, oh, oh," and like I see, like he was so respectful and came to get me. And the second time I had some geezer on the platform, and he still helped me. The third time I had this guy behind me, and I said to him, "I may need some help getting off the train," and he just looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" Right? But luckily there was somebody there on the platform that helped me. Yeah, not safe. They're getting greedy. Yeah, very dangerous. Other test trains make sure that the rails don't move at all. The rails move. What? I've never even thought about it. If there's a 3 millimeter difference in how far the two rails apart, the train can derail, hence why they do it. Are you kidding me? That is super interesting, isn't it, Jason? Wow, landslides. Oh, I mean, I guess with the amount of vibration, right, then the rails could be moving. I've never thought about it. That's really interesting. Yeah. Oh, we love it. We love it. Gravity Ghoul. Oh, thank you very much, Gravity. It's nice to see you here. You are very welcome. Pushpendra Sahu, where are you from? I'm in the northwest of England. I'm in the Liverpool City region. Let me know where you guys are from, what time it is where you are, what the weather's like. We're talking about trains for some reason this morning, and we're really enjoying it. Danny's saying, I always see regular trucks with rail adapters. I've never seen a truck with a rail adapter. That's interesting. That's interesting. But when I lived in India, I don't think their rails are electrified. I think they do with overhead electricity on the trains because they just walk across their tracks. Here, you are terrified to walk across the tracks. There are signs everywhere saying that you're going to die, right? A dangerous death. So we would never get down on the tracks. Here, it would be like, oh my God, that person's about to kill themselves. India, they're just walking wherever they want on the tracks. It's very, very different. Regular trucks with rail adapters. Joints is another thing. The famous clickety clack sound is the bolted joints. If the bolts come loose, the rails could move. Whoa. You want to try and push cart for a little bit. It's funny. Yeah, oh no, I can't say that. You will die if you touch a high voltage. Yes, thank you for that warning. We appreciate that. Yeah, India, they don't really give a shit. I did travel trains in India. I did go from Goa to Bombay, and I went from Goa all the way down to Kerala, which is a 24-hour train. I've done that multiple times. I've been to Goa to Pune, and I travelled like second class, no AC. And I've travelled second class with AC, I think, as well. I don't think I've travelled third, but I've definitely travelled second. I might have travelled third. So yeah, so they're in different classes. Some have AC and some don't. It's actually better to travel with the no air conditioning because then you can open the windows. If you got air conditioning, the windows are shut and you're just trapped in there with the smell of the samosas and everything. And that's one of the things. It's like I always thought it was hilarious. You get people coming on the train going samosi, 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 samosi. Chai, 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 chai. So I used to love that. So you will die. Yep. Okay. 14 followers. Okay, great. We're getting so close to 500 followers. Please do follow me if you have a remote interest in mystical wellness, cosmic healing, super soldiers, secret space program, covert military abductions, or whatever weird shit that's out there right now. It's all coming true, guys. It's all true. So this is a truth channel, unfortunately. Canada has a nice train that has a clear roof to view. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I would love to do like a bullet train in Japan or something, and I would love to do the Orient Express. Has anyone ever done anything like that? Has anyone done a luxury train? I've not even gone first class on a train. I've just gone regular. Here, first class, I think you get bigger seats and you get unlimited drinks and snacks, I think. But the price is like triple a regular ticket. It really is. So I do take the train a lot here in the UK. I've been pretty much all over. And because I attend Mind Body Spirit events all over the country. So I've traveled with like massive toolboxes of stock. I've got a really big suitcase that I travel with, which is full of stock as well. So I've tried lots of different things. Um, you've ordered a pizza to a rest point on the train. That's pretty cool. So I saw somebody was in either China or Japan, and they were ordering food on the train, and then there was an app, right? And you could order whatever you wanted from the nearest station, and somebody would get on the train with your takeaway and bring it to your seat. So that's pretty awesome. Test trains are bright yellow and normally run at night because they shunt across points to make sure they scan all the rails. This is to find defects before they happen. Wow. So crazy timings, arranging it. Yeah. So has anybody else ordered food to their train? Has anyone else been on a sleeper train? So I have done sleeper train in India. I've had some weird experiences on the sleeper train because they're three bunks. So you want to try and get the bottom bunk generally, and then the top bunk. So they're folded down in the day, the top and middle and top, and then but whoever's got the top bunk, they're basically getting on in the middle of the night, right? So the train stops at a station at like 1 a.m. or something on this long journey, and people are getting their bunk ready in the middle of the night, and they're like stepping on your bunk, and oh, it's awful, awful. So I've done that. And I woke up one time and I was with my mother-in-law at the time and my husband. So we were like, me and my husband were like sharing a little tiny bunk together. And mother-in-law was like over to the side and I woke up and there was a man standing over her looking to see if she's wearing any gold jewelry, basically. So I was like, get away. So it's not safe. It's not safe at all. Um, so yeah, anyone else done trains in other countries? Derby is where they're all based. Interesting. I've been to Derby. I've been through Derby. Yeah, yeah. Did train in Derby. So I've been all over. I haven't done much training in Scotland though. I've been to Glasgow and I've been to Edinburgh. Most of the Scotland stuff I've done by car. There is a train that goes from Crewe to Scotland, and that's a sleeper train. And I really want to do it because I'd like to go to Balmoral and I'd like to see the pyramid that is there at Balmoral. Has anyone been up to Scotland on the train? It's nice that we're getting UK people on as well because we get mainly Americans and Australians on my channel. Do you all have double decker dolly? Not for a train. We have double decker buses. What's a double decker dolly? The Golden Spike ceremony was to celebrate the completion of the Union Pacific Railroad. Ogden, Utah was a central hub in the West, and the train station had underground tunnels for black market. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Caledonia Sleeper. Is that the one I'm talking about for Scotland? Wow, that's really interesting. 24/7. That's so cool. Underground tunnels for black market. Well, there's a lot of underground tunnels all over the world. Yeah. The sun is rising here in England, and I might be popping out today. We have a light rail in the medical centre in Houston. So we know that one of my favourite topics to talk about is one of the most dangerous topics to talk about as well is the maglev train network that is under the ground that runs across the entire planet. Can even go from Central America, like like California, all the way to Diego Garcia Base, which is in like the British Indian Territory in the sea. These run all across the planet. I'm getting pressure coming as I talk about it. So you can go from America to Australia in a couple of hours with the underground maglev network. Yeah, for sure. And that's how all the elites travel. You also took Oakland. Okay. So interesting talking about trains. I know it's very different in America. You don't have the same kind of inclusive train network like we have here in the UK. So Trainspot Trip says it's operated by GB Rail Freight by a train called a Class 92, which were built in 1995. The coaches are CAF Mark 5s which are modified versions of sleeping cabins. They were built in 2018. Wow, you know a lot about trains, dude. You really do. Have you got videos on your channel? Yeah, we should follow you and see. But it's interesting because we don't have anyone ever talk about trains or anything like that. San Francisco went underground and above water. Wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah. So there are lots of different train networks out there, but the dark elites have got their own one basically. Um, and there's one not so far from me. I know it runs parallel with me because it's probably there'll be a stop at the airport, right? So when I asked Ivan Teller about the underground train network, um, um, he basically said that I'm allowed to remote view into it safely, but I'm not allowed to visit it in person. That's far too dangerous. So it's not overly popular, unfortunately. Train spotting Thomas. Thomas the Tank Engine. Is that what you mean, Danny? Yeah, that's really funny. Oh, interesting, interesting. So it's 6:45 a.m. here in the UK. If anybody would like a dragon card, please let me know. If I've missed it, then pop a message in again. And let me know what you guys are doing on this fine Thursday morning. Or it could be Wednesday night for you guys. I'm not too sure. So, but I did a video yesterday about relationships. And I saw Audrey Walters had done a video about relationships. She's saying no one's talking about this. I talk about relationships in the Secret Space program all the time. I do. I've been talking about soul connections and bonds and, you know, all that kind of stuff for the last year, haven't I? Because that's what I've been experiencing. So I've been talking about the love bites. I've been talking about sibling bonds, twin flame bonds, trauma twin bonds. I've been talking about it all. So yeah, so so maybe she'll see my video. But yeah, so there's a lot of people who are having these multi-dimensional connections coming in, soul flame connections. We're all finding each other. Sean Bond, I talk about Sean. Yeah, I talk about Sean a lot. Oh, I really want to get some money so I can have a session with Sean Bond. Oh, I don't get free sessions with Sean Bond, you know. I have to pay. I pay $100 to support his work. Merseyrail has a rare test train down in Liverpool yesterday, 2:33 a.m. It made the station smell like diesel, your friend said. So does your friend work at the station? I wouldn't mind getting a job at Liverpool Station, to be honest. I've been through it enough in the last 5 weeks. Jesus. Yeah, Merseyrail, that's my train network, which lets you know exactly where I am. So yeah. So so yeah. They just spotting down there at 2:33 a.m. in the morning. That's so weird, right? You guys are really devoted to this. We have a different focus over here. We're not as much into trains as you are, but we love hearing about it. So thank you for sharing. That's really interesting. Have I done trains in other countries? Yeah, I did trains in Italy. I went on a high-speed train in Italy, and I got to do like a first class from Rome to Naples, and that was interesting. Wasn't very first classy, but we did get a nice biscotti or something. And then I did more like a carriage, like a really low class carriage that took me from Naples to where one of the dig sites is, and it was packed out, super hot, holding on. Me and my sister were like dripping in sweat. So I've done that. So I've done trains in Hungary, but there's also trams. I've done trains in Italy. I have done trains in India. Oh gosh, I'm not too sure. Singapore. Did I take a train in Singapore? Yes. Malaysia have taken trains. Singapore train network. The platform. Honestly, you go down like 5 levels, and it's quite high tech. Train yards are too loud, smashing together when they connect the cars. There's a song, but I can't remember who sings it. Yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, obviously we don't find it as fascinating as you do, but you know, train yards. Yeah. So I've taken trains. Did I take a train in Ireland? Not sure I did, to be honest. Spain? No. Not too sure. Your uncle got electrocuted working on the railroad. That's outrageous. Train graffiti? Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, we have some really cool trains out here. No, I didn't go on it. You know, the Hogwarts train? I've been there. I've seen the Hogwarts train. Um, I saw a steam train the other week on the main line. It was on a tour and it was called 34067 Tangmere. It was built in 1953 and had a diesel loco at the back called a Class 47. Oh, do you watch Big Bang Theory? Because Sheldon's really into trains on Big Bang Theory, and he meets another train spotter on a train, and then so yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so cool. I'm not really into trains that much. I do like to travel by train a lot, and what I have noticed over the last few years is that train travel is very calming now because nobody talks anymore. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody's just in their device. So train travel is actually quite peaceful these days. So it's quite nice. The Hogwarts train is called the Jacobite, and runs from Fort William, Malik. Oh, interesting. I would love to do that journey. I would love to do that journey for sure. They don't talk normally. Yeah, nobody talks on trains anymore. Years ago, they used to be like, rah, it was noisy. You'd have to put headphones on. Now it's just silent on the train. Yeah, so how times have changed as we've all got fallen into the black screen device. Yeah, interesting. So do you have like an annual pass for going on trains? Do you have some kind of season ticket for going on trains? Trains are very expensive. I have a disabled rail card, which gives me a third off. And I use that quite a lot, so it's worth it. I am deaf, that's why I have that. So yeah, so really interesting. So I do take a lot of trains. Okay, would anybody like a dragon card, a dragon energy to help support their day? Oh, we just got the golden solar dragon come back out, which is great. So we've got helps you stand in your masculine power of wisdom, let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated, become an inspired leader. Um, Okay, you got to pay for yourself, but you can spot on the platform for free. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Have you got a very big camera, or do you just do videoing? What do you do? Uh, and do you have like a group? Do you never go with any mates? Do you always go by yourself for train spotting? Is that like a solo activity? Yeah, interesting. So, what's everybody else up to today? 6:52 a.m. My son will be getting up and getting ready for school. Again, he came home last night and just lay in his bedroom alone, like exhausted. So I don't know what's going on out there right now, but it's even zapping the teenagers. Big Ben passes through every few years. Huge train. Big Ben. Interesting. Yeah. Hmm. So I get the journey of Natty Gann. She was jumping the what you call it? You're jumping on and off the train. You're riding the rails. She was doing that. There's a parallel between her and me as well. I've got to get into at some point. Oh, we got weird messages coming in. Sure, what's happened there? So welcome everybody. Please remember this channel is for adults only. We don't allow any nonsense on this channel. And if I catch you, I will hide you from the entire channel. So athletic sports. So not too sure what you mean there. Okay. So what am I doing today? So I'm teaching Violet Flame Reiki today. So I'm going to be working on that. I'm teaching a crystal workshop on Saturday. So today I've got to see if I've got what I need to teach that class. I need to find 15 pendulums. Pretty sure I don't have 15 pendulums. So I'm going to be like going through everything. Like, what have I got? I don't have any money to buy any more pendulums at this stage as well. Have you seen the movie Snowpiercer? No. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm doing a video with David Purcell, which will release probably in the afternoon Eastern time. So I'm meeting him at 1 p.m. Eastern. The tower is called Elizabeth Tower. Put some crystals on chains. Well, I have got crystals in little cages which are on a string, but They're not heavy enough to really hang like a pendulum, but I'm going to try and find them as well. Yeah. The bell is called Big Ben. Wow. Very, very interesting chatter this morning talking about trains. I'm trying to think where else I've been on a train. I would love to go on Japanese trains. I would love to go across Europe on those sleeper trains. I really would. I would love to do that. But I think, I might try and plan the Scottish one where you go on the Scottish sleeper train. I think that would just be awesome. It just would. It's just it's like the hotel and everything's included, basically. It's not cheap. It's like £125 last time I looked. A big spider machine thing in Liverpool. A big spider machine? Are you talking about the eye? We've got Ferris wheels in every major town. Do you guys have that in America? What's the spider machine? I like all the freight trains. The locos are normally 3,400 HP. I'm not sure what the HP is. Pull up to 40 wagons loaded. Wow. That's a lot of train info, dude. That's a lot of knowledge that you've got there. You better be writing a book or something. Train Spotter's Guide to the Galaxy. Horsepower, of course. No, it was an art thing. Big mechanical spider. No, I don't remember seeing that. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, I'm just going to check one thing. And so I hope you guys are okay. Yeah, I was talking to somebody before and I put a long message and they've still not checked it. Certain people only check things like every 6 weeks or something. So yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know. Anybody who truly wants to be my friend knows that you got to call me occasionally. I like to do voice notes and stuff like that. Anyway, so I hope you guys are all okay. Let's cleanse the air. This is my pomegranate shaker that was given to me by a shaman as a gift. It represents the energy of Persephone. Yeah, so beautiful goddess who was trapped in the underworld eating pomegranate seeds. Have you noticed any bases being built on swamps, Julia? No, I haven't. That's interesting. That's something to look into, isn't it? Or bases being built on a swamp being placed underneath it, above it. Sorry. Yeah, that's a really interesting point of view. So they're going to build bases in areas where they don't want people to look, so swamps, nuclear and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're gonna, but the national parks have all got bases underneath, haven't they? That's interesting. I'm going to be looking into the underground sea bases. You've got swamps everywhere. So I haven't looked into the sea stuff yet. I feel I've been called to it for more than 6 months. I've not even looked at a map. I am going to be looking into the Bermuda Triangle tomorrow, because when I was a kid, that was the height of mystery. Bermuda Triangle, that and spontaneous combustion. We literally thought people were just going to blow up and all that would be left is a piece of their leg, right? This was the biggest mysteries of the universe when I was growing up. So wasn't Disneyland built on a swamp? I think they have tunnels. They do. There's a base under there. Sloughs, swamps, bayous, branches. Yeah. So yeah, Disneyland is not a good place. I don't know people. John and I talk about it in our latest Sacred Sites video. Or did we? Well, people go to Disneyland, they get abused basically as part of the programs. Wildman cured spontaneous combustion. That's quite funny. I know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe people are farting so much now that we don't spontaneous combust anymore. I don't know. Here comes the train facts. If an electric train needs to get somewhere that doesn't have an electric supply, e.g. overhead wires, then a locomotive can drag it by coupling with a temporary coupler that matches the train. Ooh, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, so we've moved into underground base talk, which is what we talk about a lot here. I went to Disneyland. It wasn't as good as Disney World. I don't even know what the difference is. If they can't fit temporary coupler onto that specific locomotive, then they can use something called a barrier vehicle, which is an old railway wagon that the coupler on one end. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah. train spotter, you know a lot about trains, Pearl. Yeah, it's really interesting. Our topics vary. We're very random here, but we do love to talk about underground bases and off-world programs, covert things, X-Files. Hi, Jerry. How you doing? Would you like a dragon card, Jerry? We've got a train spotter in the chat. Also, we've got random train facts as well. So do scroll up and down. If you're into trains, put a question in for our train spotting trip. And I'm sure he'll answer your train question. So we're having an alternative train life this morning. And you're very welcome. So it is 7 a.m. here in the UK. So Train Spotting Trip is saying they can have some barrier coaches to help with the braking. Okay, nice, nice. The sun is rising here in the northwest of England. So the island is part of the Virgin Islands. Trafficking has been around for a long time. Bermuda Triangle's right there too. Portal. Yeah, I'm going to look into the Bermuda Triangle with David Purcell, and we'll see what weird, random, dark shit he was going to come up with when we remove you into it on the map. So I've been fascinated with forever. And as Wednesday Addams, no one comes back from the Bermuda Triangle. So what about the EVP on TSP? Did you ever hear it? I did. I heard it. I had to listen to the audio on Spotify though. And then I heard Rob. Yeah, I heard it. And it definitely wasn't Willard. It was definitely, but I think Willard probably has got some attachments there. Oh, thanks for, Trip, thank you for dropping by. And yeah, we'd love to have you come back on, tell us more interesting train spotting facts. Thank you so much. It gave us a very alternative point of view this morning, and we appreciate it. Maybe James Rink. I've spoken to James Rink. I didn't hear his voice, but he came into my awareness. So, and he shared a lot of information. Raynetta, more likely that was Raynetta's voice. Do you think? Do you like Michael Jackson? I do, actually. And the day that he died, and I sat on the edge of my bed and realized that we were going to have a world with no Michael Jackson in, I was devastated. I was. Because I couldn't imagine living in a world with no Michael Jackson, because I always knew that there was nothing weird about Michael Jackson. And it's coming out now that he tried to protect all those children, right? And that he was just targeted. He was targeted so bad. Yes, I like his songs. So I'm 50 years old, so I grew up with Michael Jackson. Yeah. Michael Jackson in all variations. So sometimes the trains drag moves, they have too many barrier wagons, and therefore an engine can be full power but only go 20 miles an hour because the weight. Yeah, we like Michael Jackson over here. Because anyone who's got a heart knows that Michael Jackson was a good person. Right? We are the world, we are the children. When you listen to his songs, you know that he was trying to disclose what was going on, right? So if you don't like Michael Jackson, that's absolutely fair enough. That's your business. But I liked Michael Jackson. I still listen to his stuff today. I do. Every now and then I'll listen to his stuff. I was a teenager, and he was a big part. When the Bad album came out, that was a big thing for me. So you do think he's innocent and not a monster like other things? I do believe he was innocent. I believe he was a targeted individual. I believe that he was trying to help people. And then more and more information is coming out now about Michael Jackson, was that he was targeted and that he knew the truth, and he was a victim. He was working behind the scenes to help people, right? But they persecuted him so badly for it. They treated him really badly, and now it's coming out that what a good person he was and how he knew all along what was going on. Yeah, Aaron Carter was talking about how they wanted to use him to set up Michael, and he said in that interview, like, seriously, is this, why are you doing this? He said to his parents. Yeah, he had a bad childhood. He did, yeah. So what do you think, Kiri? Do you think Michael is good or bad? He's bad, you know it. No, so I apologize. And I believe he was a good person, and you hear that in the music that he wrote. He was a good person. Was he traumatized? Yes. Did he have a bad childhood? Yes. Okay. So we believe we do love Michael Jackson over here. Too bad how I was believing the propaganda for a time. Yeah, the the media was so expansive. But I didn't doubt him, to be honest. I don't think I did. I think I just thought, this is wrong. What are they saying? I don't understand. Because, he was a virgin until he was in his 30s. It was like the Lisa Marie Presley thing, that I'm not too sure what went on there. But I think, again, that was probably a cry for help, or it was he was bringing her into his fold as a message to people to say, you're not going to target her. Wu had a violent childhood. Oh, sorry, Wu. A lot of us did have violent childhoods. Jim Carrey was talking about stuff on talk shows. Yeah, that's been popping up quite a lot on YouTube. Him going and him doing the kind of symbols and like really putting it out there. So, and I saw something that he's in New Zealand right now. If you'd ever want to drive a train, you would have to do a part-time job because the company doesn't drive their locomotives that often. You're talking about the barrier trains. That's so cool. Yeah. So, so we're getting into child trafficking now. So, but yeah, no, Michael Jackson, as far as I'm concerned, was always a good person. Yeah. Hey, that's just my opinion, and we're all entitled to our own opinions. That's fine. Jim Carrey, he had facial surgery and they mucked him up. I don't think so. I think it was the mask. I saw something about they'd made a mask of his face, so somebody else was wearing it. He's actually in New Zealand. That other person went to the French thingies. I don't know. So I did a clone analysis. I did say that was not a clone. It didn't have any clone markers, so I was incorrect in that fact. I did say the voice was different, and that could have been due to breath work. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Just because somebody is cloned doesn't mean they're dead, right? You still need like a primary of some kind to run the clone operating systems with the soul drops. Yeah. So I'm just another clone. My primary is on Mars, I'm pretty sure. Hybrid, we're all hybrids, I believe. So I don't know, but he was getting very, very verbal. Yeah, he was getting too verbal. When that happens, we get targeted. That's what happens. Yeah. Botox is a mofo. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Au Natural. I do Access Energetic Facelift, which is a healing modality, and we do a face hug. So trains again. You said you were going. Get to work. It's 7:07 a.m. here in the UK. Freight trains can be hauled by the same locomotive, or what they're carrying for is different. Petroleum, intermodal, coal or stone. Him and Jenny McCarthy. Now, I actually really liked Jenny McCarthy. I thought she was really funny. She had her own TV show for a while. And so Jim Carrey or Jim Carrey, the spelling has changed. Is that true? Has anyone else noticed that? It's come up as a Mandela effect. I'm pretty sure it was Carey and now it's Carrey. Has anyone else noticed that? Are we on a different timeline, guys? Are we on a different timeline? So you didn't get notifications, James? Come on. I've been on for 62 minutes. I was sitting here for 7 minutes before Danny came on and I'm talking. And there was at one point, there's 29 people watching and nobody in the chat. And I'm talking for 7 minutes straight, on one breath. Well, James, you've missed a lot of train spotting talk. Train spotting Trip has been in the chat today, educating us all on trains. It's all fake. What's fake, Spidey? What's fake? I was always double R for me. I don't get that. So I don't know. So we've just been talking about Michael Jackson. We've had a Michael Jackson fan in the chat testing us to see how heart-centered we are. And please like, comment, and share. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. I am so close. And when I get to 500, then we can have that conversation of, do we want to keep doing these very early morning lives, or should we give it a rest for a while? Because I wake up at 5 a.m. anyway. It makes no difference to me. I still wake up at 5 a.m. because I've got a friend who's in Texas. So sometimes I talk to him at random times of the day. Spider-Bite, Jim Carrey. I don't believe he's been replaced. I agree. I don't believe he's been replaced. Jason and I said all along, it's some kind of bit, some kind of skit. It's just they're trying to get our attention. So he's basically trying to get the attention of the dark elites by saying, oh, I'm going to make everybody think that I've been cloned and it's your fault or something like that. Chat's messing up for you again, says Worm. Having to refresh to see what people are saying. Karen Tube. Yeah, I thought my chat wasn't working earlier, but it's just because nobody was there to comment. None of the regular crew. Chat's been way better than this weekend. Mine still shows, instead of a wrench, I see a cube. And it's been doing that for about a month, and it doesn't matter where I go, that's what I see. But then when people put my comments up, I see my regular wrench, but I see everybody's got a cube. And when it's like the top fan and all that, I see like Japanese. So I think mine's been hacked. I don't know. We are all more educated on trains now, thanks to the chat today. Yeah. What an interesting chat. You see a shield. Yeah, that's what, to me, I'm calling it a cube, but it could be a shield. I thought it was like a community shield at one point, and then now when I look at it, I just think it's a cube. Yeah, so unusual. So has anybody got any random topics that they would like to educate the team on? English didn't work in the chat the other day. Yeah, what was that about? And then the time before, nobody could chat anything except emojis, like splodgy emojis. So last Wednesday it was when I was doing the live with Christy Campbell. And so I'm thinking there's going to be questions from the chat, and everyone's getting frustrated because they couldn't put anything in the chat. You see Blue Cube, Solid Shield 2. Yeah, I see that, Jerry. I see that. Yeah. It's weird, right? What's going on? I thought it was just me. So it's getting brighter here today. We might actually have a blue sky again. I think we're getting summer. Okay. Your wrenches have been swapped out as well, Jason. You see that now? Because last time I asked you, you saw the wrench and I didn't. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Is that still on? I don't know. Is it? The East Palestine train wreck in Ohio was some bad news. That river connects down the Mississippi. MI-double-S-I-double-S-I-double-P-E-I. Okay. And it happened in the heart of Amish country. I think it was intentional due to the pandemic. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, YouTube's getting screwy. So they've been messing with the YouTube. You are the weakest link. So that's quite funny. So we still think that we should do the game show on Typical Skeptics. So Flix Love, she's been creating a game show called Peas and Pu. Pu, it's like spiritual or something in Dutch. Peas and Pu. And so she's been planning this funny game show where you have to like draw things and you have to guess the tune or you have to guess the spiritual word and all this. And she's been trying to get it going, and I think she's given up on it now. And she's making apps for her website instead. Would you like to phone a friend? Are you sure? Is that your final answer? If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain it would be. Wow. Now it's P-U. Peas, as in P-E-A-S, peas, and P. P-U. P. Peas and P. So when she told me that, I just pissed myself laughing because I thought of P and P as well. Do butter. I always think people who watch back these lives must think that we're absolutely insane. And I literally read out whatever I see on the screen. So if you don't want me to read it out, don't put it in the chat because I have to read what's there in front of me. That's my particular type of autism. It's like if I had like I've got a box in front of me, I will just read it over and over. I'll read it over and over. I have to. Got to get Rob to buy in sometimes. You got to drill the info into him for new ideas. Yes, I know. Jason has to tell me that kind of thing all the time. I feel sorry for you guys. He never takes any of my ideas, except one time he said to me, do you want to come on? And I was like, no, talk to Jane Hatch. Right? And then he managed to get her on. Jane's great for last minute scheduling. People who are like highly targeted, sometimes you can't get them to plan anything. Chappelle show, yeah. Is it Dave Chappelle? He's so funny. So some of the things on Rob's show at the moment are not holding my attention. How do you guys feel? I'm like flitting back and forth, and quite a few of us are live at the same time as well. Like Slavka's trying to do regular lives now to build her channel, and we've got Matthew doing his Wednesday book reading. But I find it's hard. Yeah, you got Mario on. Well done, well done. I know you've mentioned Mario, but even that didn't hold my attention last night. I found myself drifting off because for me that was like midnight, and I was going to sleep. Yeah, everyone's on at the same time, aren't they? Which is why I started to do these really random early morning lives. So hopefully I'm not clashing with anybody right now, but occasionally Sean Bond does do lives like this early because he's on Mexico time. So yeah, so I've missed a few of Sean's lately. But I haven't got any money. I haven't got any money to spend on readings or whatever with Sean. Although he is one of my favourite people, and he's coming to the UK in June. I'm going to get to meet him in person. I'm so excited. Yeah, I've been trying to support Slavka's show. Yeah, so do go follow Slavka, the Natural Sentient 67? No, 27. The Natural Sentience 27 is Slavka Terakova, and she is in Slovakia right now. Please do support her channel if you can. Occasionally she does travel and she does lives from sacred sites, and we've done quite a few videos together on my channel, on my lives tab. She does readings. The video she did with Dr. Amir was pretty good actually, wasn't it? Yeah. Sometimes breaks are needed, then regroup. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. If anybody would like a card, please let me know. If you've not had a dragon message, let me know. If I've missed it, let me know. I don't always see the chat. And the weird thing is, I can't comment in the chat. I don't see an option to comment. Isn't that weird? Is it because I'm on the vertical? I think Sean is pretty close to my time. Yeah, he's on Mexico time, so he's 7 hours behind me. So it's midnight where he is now. I think he's 7 hours. James will take a card. Trying to schedule Sean. Dead hard. Really hard. Hey, Spider Bite. Okay, this one is for James Whitkus. What dragon for James, please? Thank you. Pure white dragon from Orion transforms your Ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know. Act with truth and honesty. Let your wings of light grow and expand. This is for James. Awesome. Let's have one for Spider Bite in Australia. What time is it where you are, Spidey? Is it 6 o'clock in the evening? No idea. On Thursday. Spider Bite. Spider Bite. This card is for Spider Bite. That's Fire and Water Dragon again. Here we go. Enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change. To move forward quickly, expect the unexpected and have fun. Hey, Spidey, I got the time right. I'm learning. So I still have no idea what state you're in. It just won't stay in my mind, probably for your own safety, to be honest. It definitely fits since I'm plunging in to uncover what I have been through. I still need to make it through that video you sent me. I don't know. I had to stop because I think it was starting to activate something in me. And I was like, oh. So East Coast where Jerry is, it's 2:17 a.m. Why does it say dear? Woo, card pull please for if I should engage further with a person I saw last evening who I haven't seen in years. Okay. So for woo, let's cleanse the air. So for woo, should he engage further? Should he have an interaction with this person? Okay, Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear fifth dimensional ley line. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. So you will get something out of this relationship. It will benefit both of you, perhaps. What do you think of that? When you give, you receive. So I think it might be beneficial for you. I never understood why Mexico had cartels, but these days I'm thinking I can see where they're coming from. Yeah. Time changes. Oh no, not a time change. Are you kidding me? Is there a time change here as well? I know you guys always like, for some reason, Texas, the time changes at a different rate to the rest of the country. I've got a couple of friends in Texas that I talk to on a regular basis. So I'm like, yeah, so not times again. It's getting very bright here now, isn't it? Very bright in the UK. I never notice the time changes because I've got an iPhone and it's automatic updates, so I never really notice. I probably feel the jet lag of the time changing, but I sleep a lot at the moment. So I've been going. Yes, I went to meditation twice. And that's not like me to go into deep meditation twice in one day. Normally, I just do one big one. And I ended up doing a big one, and then I went back into meditation a few hours earlier, like something was trying to come forward, and I could feel this kind of lull coming over me, like, whoa. So I have to lie down. I think spirit messages coming in. So I spoke to the John Whitberg yesterday, and he said that if I wanted to talk to Kyle Del Show, I could. So if you could talk to Kyle, the man with the periwinkle eyes, what questions would you ask him? Mm. Did you guys see that message? I know. It is great to see more special needs influencers. Thank you so much. Oh, love it. Okay, the state of Arizona never did daylight savings time, so Arizona never changes. Oh, that's pretty awesome. In India, the time never changes either. It's just that, sometimes it's dark when you get up to go to school, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes there's clouds literally so low around you. That's how foggy it gets. So we said it's very interesting indeed. Old friend of mine asking if we could help with work. We grew up together. Okay. Saw him for the last time. Station. Yeah, I feel like it might be a good, but trust your gut, obviously. But when you give, you receive. So there's obviously going to be an exchange of something, maybe something that's going to heal or empower. So yeah, look into that. Has anyone seen the Trump and Hegseth coverage recently? Literally did a little bit inside every. Oh, you die inside a little bit every time you see them airing Trump talking. Yeah, I avoid, because I mean he's not my president, but I know he's like president of the planet or something now. Self-appointed president of the planet. Uh, Robert, thanks for stopping by. It's a shame it's such a short visit. I'm trying to break down the Kid Rock RFK workout video. Oh, I've not seen anything about that, Jason. That's interesting. Interesting. What else is going on? And yeah, so this is a high vibe live, and it's for adults only. And if you're not high vibe, then yeah, you're not going to stay around very long with my mods. And but thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. That's why I'm doing lives very, very early in the morning, and I'm putting videos or doing lives every 12 hours. So thanks, Danny. And so yeah, help us get to 500 followers, and then maybe I won't go live quite as much. We will see how we all feel about it. If you guys think it's beneficial, then I will, because it's nice to get together, isn't it? And I do love coming on. I love talking, obviously. So we've got the Golden Atlantean Dragon coming out for us. And it says, helps you remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis, awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents, reclaim your mastery. This is kind of perfect because I'm teaching Violet Flame Reiki Mastery later today. He cold plunges in jeans. Ooh, that's dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Jeans are very heavy when wet. Did he do that by choice? Was that a sex thing? I don't know. This has a nice community feel to it. Yeah, we love our lives. Thank you guys for showing up. I will continue to show up if you guys show up. I have no problem with that. Obviously, if I'm talking to myself for 10 minutes, then I probably won't stay on very much longer, but we will see. But no, it's really cool. So I call it sacred witnessing. As a priestess, that's what we call it when we show up for each other and we witness each other's journey. And it's like it's lovely. It's lovely to do that. So even though you might be living alone somewhere, isolated or whatever, we show up and witness each other's journey. So that's why once I met this lady at a flea market recently, and she basically said to me, they're not your friends. Online people are not your friends. And I was like, well, I beg to differ. because I'm closer to some of these people than the people in the 3D every day around me in my hometown. You guys probably know me better than a lot of people. So yeah, so thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. For witnessing each other's journey. That's why when you see me do that, that's like witnessing. That's a priestess thing. Like, I'm holding that space for you. I witness you. I see you. It's like that. That's what we do. Yeah, Danny agrees. So I'm really, really hungry. I think I've got beans and sausage. Like Heinz baked beans with like little tiny fake Frankfurter plastic things in. I'm going to have those for breakfast. Anchoring in those higher dimensional frequencies and lifting it all up, says James. Like-minded people happier to find each other. Yes. Soul family coming together, resonating on the same similar frequencies to raise the vibe, sharing that loving compassion energy. Franks and beans. I'm going to have some franks and beans on toast in a minute. Is what I'm going to do. We've been live for 79 minutes. It's 7:24 a.m. here in the UK. I do need to just check that my son is up because I've not heard him. And he keeps... so I'm just going to go and check. I'm just going to put myself on mute. It's all good. He's in the bathroom. I have an apartment. I have a 2-bedroom masonette, so it's like the bathroom's right outside my door. Creating ripples, and some of those ripples become waves of change. Yes. I'm not very social nowadays. These lives are refreshing. Yeah, I agree. I'm not that social. I love to talk, but I have moments where I love to be very alone, very dark and mysterious. And so I only have so much capacity for speaking to people as well at certain times, especially if I'm working through something. I'm talking to myself. There's something about Mary was a good one. I'm corny like that. Yeah, that movie keeps popping into my mind lately. Why is that? So did I miss somebody coming in? Oh, Maddie. Hi, Maddie. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Vibe Live. We've been talking about trains. We've been talking about bases. We've been talking about Michael Jackson. We've been talking about a whole manner of weird stuff. How'd you get the beans above the frank? Oh, dear. And yes, that movie is so funny. Maddie, we're doing dragon cards today. If you would like a dragon card pull for a little bit of light-hearted guidance, then please let me know. James has a hard time reaching out to people privately because I don't want to bother them. Yeah. I know. I only Mary Poppins. So I only talk to certain people, and some people are my daily people, some people are weekly, some people are monthly. You don't want to become a daily person, let's put it that way, because I hyper focus. And so I do have I have a best friend who I talk to every single day. But I only talk to them on the phone like once a week, but we chat like every single day randomly because we're on different time zones as well. And then I have a friend who is a priestess friend who's in the here and now. She's local to me, but she lives like on the other side of where I'm living, so it's like an hour to get there. So I will be meeting her at some point when I get some money next week, so I'm going out for brunch or something. Spider-Bite says, I've mentioned the movie a few times when I've seen Sticky Up Her. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you just joined. What are them cards for? So these are Dragon Oracle cards. There's just a general message of light-hearted encouragement or healing, and coming from the dragon realm. Yeah, so the dragon guides. So I'll pull one so you can see what I'm talking about. This is generally for the collective. Anyone watching live or on the replay, general guidance. Take what resonates and leave the rest. We've got the golden solar dragon coming back out, and this one says helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Be an inspired leader. Yeah, so it's just general nice messages. So, Maddie, did you want a card then? I love comedies, but I come from a horror movie family. Okay, I can't watch horror. And I was talking to somebody last night, and I was saying, oh, this person said this. And he said, that's from a horror movie. You're never going to understand it because that's from a horror movie. And I was like, oh, okay. So do you have to buy them? No, we're just doing wellbeing live, so I can pull a card for you. You don't have to pay. You guys are welcome to send me tips. I always appreciate tips to paypal.me/AnchorHaven, but you don't have to. So Maddie, I'm going to choose a card for you, just general, light-hearted guidance. We will see. Oh, very nice. Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. This is for Maddie. And it says, carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. There we go, Maddie. You're in the right place, darling. Be a guiding light. Okay, we all have quite high vibrations here. We try and share the love energy. We're very supportive kind of little team over here. So you're very welcome. Yeah. So if you're into a bit of the mysterious and you like a bit of the unusual and you resonate, as somebody who is trying to raise their vibration, you're seeking whatever, then we all kind of congregate on the Typical Skeptic podcast at various times of day. There's another podcast where we're all in the chat there and where we all hang out as mates. Danny says, I don't watch horror either. I don't know how people watch all these TV shows about murders, right? I mean, I did watch Dexter for a while. I did watch a couple of seasons of Dexter before my son was born. And then when my son was 1, I realized, I don't think I should be watching this anymore because he's in the room. Am I training a serial killer here? This doesn't feel right. So I stopped watching Dexter. And but I know what I love? iZombie. Oh, I love that show, iZombie. I absolutely love it. And that's light-hearted. There's a bit of the darker stuff, but it's put in a light-hearted way. And then it's a detective show. That's my kind of thing, right? Yeah, that's my kind of thing. Even Dexter gets a bit too dark for me because it's literally teaching people what to do, aren't you? Which is wrong. 6 Feet Under, I didn't watch. Hey, Maddie. So today we've been talking about a whole manner of weird stuff. And but we've had a lot of train education. So if you go back to the beginning, we had a train spotter in the chat who was telling us all about trains. So we started to open up a worldwide train discussion, which was very interesting. And until we wanted to talk about something else. 6 Feet Under, I've not seen it. Hey, Spiderbite, do you remember? Have you ever had a thought like this? Do strange things happen? Are you going around the twist? Do you remember that, Spidey? That was one of my favourite shows growing up. And did they live in a lighthouse or something? I'm not too sure. It was an Australian thing. You got to see Snowpiercer. It's a train sci-fi. Okay, Spidey, I do. Nurse Jackie. Yeah, I've tried to watch Nurse Jackie, but I couldn't really get into it. So my attention span is too short for things right now. Tried to watch Stranger Things. Couldn't even get through the first season. I still got Netflix that I'm paying for. Yes. So it was, I think it was called Round the Twist, about a family of people that take over a lighthouse, perhaps, and strange things used to happen in this lighthouse. It was like an adventure kids show. But I just remember that song. Yeah. But it was Australian. I'm pretty sure it was an Aussie show. It used to be on after school. So in the UK, we grew up with Australian TV, just like you grew up with English TV, which is it was definitely better for us. Growing up with Neighbours and Home and Away was definitely better for us than you growing up with Emmerdale Farm and Coronation Street. So yeah, so isn't that weird? So yeah, I used to love that show. I can't remember what happened in it now, but I'm sure it's still on YouTube. You can find things like that. We grew up with Skippy the Bush Kangaroo as well. Yeah, what's that, Skippy? He's fallen down the well. Yeah, we grew up with that too. And Lassie, we grew up with Lassie. Yeah. So I'm pretty old. I'm older than you think. And yeah. Who watched Skippy? Yeah, pop it in the chat if you watch Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. What's that, Skippy? He's falling off his horse and he's breaking his leg. I apologise. Wherever I am, I try and take on the accent. Oh my God, have you seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., James? Are you kidding me? Of course I've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but you know who hadn't? John Whitberg, right? And I was like, you need to watch this right now. Stop everything you are doing and watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I'm not even sure if he's watched it or not, but I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., especially that one where they went out into space. Okay, and you know when Fitzsimmons, whichever one she is, when she got that bug in her ear and she couldn't hear anybody in the room, she could only hear the master. That was her, her slave master. That is very familiar to me. That is familiar. The Littlest Hobo, yeah, I've seen that. Oh my God, what am I thinking? I'm thinking like Hungry Adams, but I don't think that's the right thing. DuckTales, yeah, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Not too much of Pee-wee's Playhouse. Land of the Giants. Oh my God, Land of the Giants used to be on every Sunday morning over here. Lost in Space, yeah, Banana Splits, Land of the Lost, yes. Yeah, I've seen all of those. DuckTales, yeah. Chipmunks, the chipmunk stuff. Grizzly Adams, thank you. Hungry Adams. Yes, Grizzly Adams. Okay, the Waltons. I grew up with the Waltons, and because my family was so dysfunctional, I wished it was my family. Right? I really did wish that was my family. You were in love with Nakoma. Dundee. Crocodile Dundee, the movies. Yeah. They were like amazing when they came out. It was just like, oh my God, these are the best Crocodile Dundee movies. Now I'm making a phone call. So who's Nakoma? Remind me, who's Nakoma? So yes, I've watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I recommend that everybody watches Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., especially if you believe that you're in the SSP. It will kind of jog a few things for you, mission related. Especially the lab stuff should hopefully jog stuff for you. And it's just a good show, to be honest. BMX Bandits, I think I remember that. Do you remember The Girl from Tomorrow? It's another Aussie one when she's wearing the. Oh, do you remember that? The Girl from Tomorrow? I don't know why that got held, but Spider-Bite's message got held about his Indian friend. 1899 on Netflix. I'm not too sure. I think so. I need to refresh my memory. It's like my memory's a bit frozen at times at the moment. I have noticed it with a friend, actually. I was talking to a friend about something, and they normally have a photographic memory, like a real eidetic kind of memory where they can bring forward times, dates, whatever. And then he didn't remember that I'd said something, and I'm like, okay, this is weird, because he's like my steadfast person with a memory, right? Whereas mine gets wiped all the time. The Boy Who Could Fly, I do remember it, but I can't get into the details. Spidey, you are getting held left, right, and center here. YouTube does not like your messages for some reason. Well, the people who made Dark, do that first. Well, yeah, I did try and start Dark, and I noticed it was subbed, not subbed. Yeah, dubbed. They're in stasis on a ship, but their mind is in a matrix. Yeah, when you say the word Indian, it's getting held for some reason. You know, yeah. It's allowed now because we've allowed it twice, but it's so weird. It's like how you can't say, what were we trying to say the other day? You can say one thing, but not the other. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to talk about balls or something. Yeah. YouTube is really racist, right? It just won't let us express ourselves. It keeps thinking that we're trying to be racist, and we're not. You know, I know. I've ran out of Pepsi. I've drank this much. You guys are my witness how much I've drank here. 1899. Nakoma was Grizzly Adams. Ah, yeah, he was hot. Yeah. Wild man. I hate everybody equally. Yes. I hate people in general. Just population. I agree. So people are annoying, right? I'm allowed to express my annoyance. There's somebody that I know, and they get offended very easily at things I say, and I keep saying, just call me, just phone me, because then you'll get to know me better, right? And it's really frustrating. So, oh yeah, that's so funny. My Indian friend, say hello to my little friend. Okay, so we go for 92 minutes. I'm going to have to finish soon, I guess. But I'm totally in demand avoidance. Do you guys get pathological demand avoidance? Does anyone else get that? When you know there's things that you need to do. Yay! Thank you, Danny. Thank you. So I'm not trying to advertise the brand, sorry. So yeah, I'm actually drinking. That took 4 attempts to get that out. Chat was offended. The chat was offended. YouTube was offended. Yeah, so we don't choose to be offended, but YouTube is being offended by our words. We're a very inclusive team over here. You know, it doesn't bother us. We're from all walks of life. We all have a heart resonance in common. So YouTube. Awesome. Yes, I'm drinking water. I'm actually drinking water. On camera, there you go. But I am going to go out straight after this to buy a bottle of Pepsi because that's my comfort zone. I did say that I would try and bring in more water, and I've got another bottle here. I've got an extra bottle next to me. There you go. I asked my son to fill the fridge with water, and he hasn't. So when he does that, then I'm going to start drinking. Chap, what were you trying to say? This must be a parallel reality. Me actually drinking water, it's a parallel reality. Yeah. I am Julia. I'm drinking water. You're not Julia. Julia doesn't drink water. New altar activated. So maybe. Oh, you're allowed to say native? Rip Rock Productions. Happy early Pride Month. Blessings to you. Who likes water really? Come on. Who really likes water? Tube you. Tube you. We know what you mean, Spidey. We know what you mean, don't worry. It's so blah. Who really likes drinking water? And even this water is it's just chemical, plastic, nanites, whatever. Who else knows whatever is in that? So yeah. I need to get myself a new water filter or something like that. Doesn't taste like anything. You know what does taste? Oh, in Thailand, they have this Nestle water that has vitamins added in and it tastes creamy and lovely. So I wonder what's in it. You love it when you can't taste fluoride. Yes, plastic water. Everything contains plastic now. So in the 1970s, they're like, hey, these plastic bags are amazing. And they're like 30 years later, we're like, our system is full of plastic. I need to get a reverse osmosis system for this new house. Awesome. You're a Pisces, you love water. When I was pregnant with my son 16 years ago, I did not drink Pepsi while I was pregnant. I drank ice cold water, and I would keep like gallons and gallons of it in the fridge, and I would go and just down a 2-liter bottle of ice cold water. So for me, it has to be ice cold, right? Otherwise I just can't drink it. But I like the quench from the Pepsi. That's what keeps me going. Plus, I have that Pepsi contract, that trillion chords that I'm slowly working through with my Scorpion, cancelling out Pepsi contracts. Because it's all versions of me across time and space are linked into PepsiCo. I literally could be. Like somebody put, I think it was Miles, he put something on Facebook about something really random, like an event. And I looked at the logo and I thought, that's the Pepsi logo. Why have they got a version of the Pepsi logo? So I know straight away that that event is a bit more nefarious than people want to believe, right? And it was just like some random ET event or something. But PepsiCo is a nefarious corporation. You love being in a sensory deprivation tank. I've yet to do that, but I am doing more salt baths at the moment. And I'm submerging myself in the salt bath, or just so my mouth is out, but my third eye is under. And it's helping me with my memory. And I'm questioning, querying. And I've been getting visions coming in. So I'm going to do that after this, I think. You quit Dr. Pepper during your pregnancy too, had the worst headache first day. Now they have Dr. Pepper Tic Tacs. Are you kidding me? That's so freaking awesome. I love it. I love it. Strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper. Yeah, there was a strawberry and cream Pepsi Max that came out here, and it was very chemical tasting, but it was quite nice. I couldn't drink a lot of it, just like I love Pepsi Max Cherry, but it has a lower caffeine content, and I can feel it after the first glass. I can. I like to swig out the bottle. I'm a bottle swigger, which I know is gross, but I don't share my bottle with anybody, and I don't drink the last this much of the bottle. It goes to waste. For a while when I was in the Navy, I used to drink so much Pepsi, my kidneys started to hurt. You have Pepsi in the Navy? That's awesome. Because I know I'm also in the Black Navy. Root beer is your favourite soda. I've only had a little bit of root beer. You love cherry Pepsi as well. Yes, Diva, I'm from England. I'm in the northwest of England. Let me know where you are from, and then you're welcome to stay around. One angry taco. Oh, one angry taco. So nice of you to stop by so briefly. So, yes, try and make it past the mods here. Oh, Diva, I used to live in India. I am an OCI, so you are welcome. Whereabouts are you in India? Uh, Hey, Diva. Yeah, where are you from in India? Let us know, and then you get to stay. I get artisan well water. Artisan well water. What? And I go through 15 gallons every couple of weeks for coffee and water. What is artisan well water? What does that mean? You know what? British accent is really good. And you're from Kerala. Oh, I used to live in Tiruvananthapuram in Trivandrum. Yes, I've heard of it. I can't speak Malayalam, but my son used to call me Amma. So I have friends who still speak out there. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I lived out there for 18 months when my son was little. I lived in Kovalam. So yeah, I really did. So yeah, so whereabouts are you in Kerala? I believe artesian well water comes out naturally sparkling. Wow, I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. That's really cool. That's really cool. Diva, you know what I miss? Fried chicken and paratha. So there's none near me, unfortunately, but I could be wrong. It's so cool. Bruh, that's so cool. You're from Canada. Calling me bruh. Awesome. Yeah, no, I've got friends who are from Kerala, and we used to live in Goa, but I just spent 18 months in Trivandrum. Yeah. I know, right? The chicken and paratha. Sometimes I get this thing of like, oh man, right? But when I was there, because we were having it like practically every day, then you get tired of it, don't you? And then you think, you know what? No, actually, chicken and paratha. Yeah. Natural purified aquifer. That's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I was working on a resort with my husband, and my son was really small, so we used to have the staff food, we used to have the meal. Yeah, I don't mind fish curry and all that for sure. But the fat rice that you guys have down there, I kind of miss that actually. And there was a really good masala blend as well. I used to really like. Can't think now. It was a while back. It was like 14 years back when I lived out your way. But I do. What's that point? You know that point when you go and watch the sunrise when you go down to the very tip of India. What's that place called? Where everybody goes and it's like a massive convergence to go and watch the sunrise at that point. What's that town called? So the healthiest water is spring. Do you all have crawfish? No, we don't have crawfish out here. We might have it called something else. I don't know. Because like we call our shrimp, we call it prawns. So I don't know. I've not had crawfish. I've seen people cooking crawfish in like a big barbecue vat thing, like a big paella type thing going on. I don't know. Fracking that they do for oil to get all of it out. They pump water, chemicals down, so it messes up the water supplies. Oh, so Diva says, and in India, it's not so safe here. And if something bad happened when you're here, no, I'm an OCI dude. I lived out there for over 10 years, so it was absolutely fine. I probably felt safer living in India than I do in the UK, for sure, big time. Yeah, and I live very simply. You know, I'm a very simple person. So my husband's from India. My son was born in India. I have OCI status. Um, Prawn is a jumbo shrimp. Oh no, for us prawns is any kind of shrimp. That's prawn. Any size. Well, a jumbo shrimp would be a king prawn to us, I think. I think that's what you mean. Crawfish boils are very popular here. Craydads, maybe crayfish. Yeah, I think I've seen something. People are like, they adapted a big barbecue and they made like this big stock with loads of fruit and vegetables in there or whatever. And really random. I think I've seen things on YouTube about it. Um, And one of my friends went to this shrimp rodeo or something. It was like a massive shrimp event in Texas a few months back. Do you all know what I'm talking about? Um, that's I'd be proud of being a citizen. And how about Kerala? Is that you don't like? No, I loved it. I loved being in Kerala. I thought it was a really lovely place to be. People were really supportive, and yeah, I'm very Indian. I fit more comfortably in India than I do here in the UK. The UK is not a good place to be, right? You don't have any money here. Every little piece of money you have is drained from you, so you're living. My quality of life in the UK is far less than it was when I lived in India. Far, far, far less. You know, in India, if I had 3,000 rupees, that would last me a month of just general shopping. And so I used to take my son out. Like every other day, we go and we get a little cake, or we get a drink or whatever. You couldn't afford to do that on a regular basis here. You can't eat out here, it's too expensive. Even a takeaway here, you're looking at £30 for a takeaway for two people. That's ridiculous. Like 3,000 rupees for a takeaway, it just doesn't make any sense. So so it's really bad here. So Danny's in Texas, Spidey's in Australia. The really little prawns I think we call shrimp or shrunk. That's funny. So when I was in Australia, when I was in Perth, I did a lot of fishing. We did a lot of crabbing. I was in a camper van with a friend who was an Aussie, and he was real ochre as well. And we used to put the crab nets out. Yeah, so I lived off crab for a while. We used to make crab pizza. What did Jason say that I missed? What did Jason say? I think I've missed it. Oh yeah. So Jason, for real. Oh, and how many countries did you visit? So I have lived in the United Kingdom, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and India. I've lived in all those countries. I've visited France, Spain, Italy, Hungary, Ireland. That's about it for me. Snow crab. They use a method called apomictic parthenogenesis, where unfertilized eggs develop into embryos, essentially cloning themselves. Oh, wow. That's interesting. King crab. Damn, you world traveler. Lucky lassie. Yes, I'm a world traveler. I'm getting ready to gear up to start traveling again at some point, but right now my bank account is on zero. And so I'm putting things in place so that I can start to travel hopefully towards the end of the year, if not in 2027. I'll be moving. I want to make a new base in somewhere like Mexico, because I've got friends in Mexico. Crawfish are clones. Interesting. What's your job? This is my job right now. So I have a wellness spiritual business. So I do podcasting, but I am looking to do. I teach. So today I'm teaching Violet Flame Reiki. And I do support groups. Basically, it doesn't make any money. Singapore was one of the cleanest places I've been to. Yeah, I was disappointed with Singapore. I think I kind of hyped it up a bit too much in my mind. It's that bad in the UK. Yes, it is. Talking to you about going to the UK after graduation and stuff. I'm inspired by Bus Off with Josie. No, I don't know that. Honestly, dude, you're better off visiting the UK, but don't make plans to live here at all. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you're going to come here and get a minimum wage job. You're going to be living on noodles. It's hard to live out here. Pacific Ocean in Mexico is beautiful. Yeah. So the quality of life where you are now is so much better in India than it is in the UK. And I can say that from personal experience of being British and living in India for over 10 years. Yeah, I was much happier living in India. I really was, than I am in the UK. Of course, I like being here because my sisters are out here. My son loves it here. You either love it or you hate it, and I'm not meant to be living in the UK. It's cold, the weather's random, you are taxed to the, nobody has any money, and the simplest things cost loads of money. The food we eat is all rubbish. The energy here is negative and dark. Don't come to the UK. Come and visit, yeah, but definitely don't plan to live here because you will be very disappointed. I do not want to live in the UK. If somebody said to me, go, 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 grab your passport, get out of the country, I would go straight to Thailand in a heartbeat. I would. Thailand is my ultimate favorite place. I love Thailand so much. My heart resides there. But I'm planning to make a new base somewhere, maybe either in Europe or in Mexico, somewhere where I can afford to live on nothing, basically. So it's probably going to be Mexico. Is there only one time zone in the UK? Yeah, there's one time zone, but we change. We have daylight savings time, just like you guys do. India, you don't change times, which is pretty awesome. So, but yeah. So when you guys change time, we change time pretty much the same. I think ours was before you last time. Yeah, Thailand is my favorite place. I feel very much at home in Thailand. I don't speak Thai, but you get by. I did have basic Thai once. I did. So wherever I'm going, I obviously research the language before I go, so I can say the most basic things out there, like, excuse me, please, thank you, how are you, where is this, whatever. I try and learn the language wherever I go. It doesn't mean I'm good at languages. I am not. I'm waiting for the language chip to activate in my brain. The super soldier language chip. Come on, switch on. It did activate a couple of months back when I was in a gong bath, and it converted every voice in the room into Portuguese. And I just thought, I'm hearing Portuguese. And then it went. So, you've had a samurai memories of Japan. Oh, amazing. James, it's time to start documenting your memories. It really is. I wish we could start a new country where it's not a corporation. Yeah, I think you're going to find it's the same wherever you go, to be honest. The corporation of the United States or wherever you're living right now, same in here in the UK, like London is its own country. Diva says, I know some German and I speak British accent. You think you do. And I love to explore the world, and I think I like your vibe. Yeah, you're welcome here, dude. Thank you so much. So if you've done call center, you guys kind of pick up this weird mixture of an Australian accent with a British accent. So probably somebody to translate what Nico's just tried to say. Should that be held or not? Mudlarking, is that a real thing? Find a gold bar. I think that's not a rude thing, is it? Nico, your message got held. YouTube thinks it's rude for some reason. Going larking in the top sounds rude. Yes. Yeah, try not to sound too Australian. I do sound very Aussie at times, but I did live out there for a year. Mudlarking is not rude. Okay, well, YouTube held it, so I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. Like, who knows? Who knows? Relic prospecting. Ah, yes. Can you still go kind of panning for gold in America? Can you do that? I did watch a thing a while back, not sure why it's coming into my mind, about people that used to go to these kind of ye olde towns that were like, they were derelict and all that, and they'd go and they'd find things like vintage jeans and they'd restore them and resell them on for loads of money. Is it like rock hounding? It held Indian friend on me. Is that rude? I don't know why it was holding Indian friend. I don't know. In Australia, it's very hard to government has closed a lot off. Nico, Vlad, are you in Australia? Because we do have Australians in the chat. Oh, Diva, you're 15? Dude, this channel's for over 18s only. It says it's not made for kids. Because some of the things we talk about are a little bit dark, yeah? Because we deal with the reality of the world, unfortunately. You have to give me advice. What will it be? Listen to your parents. Follow your heart, but listen to your parents, yeah? You're 15. What else am I supposed to say? Save money. Somebody said to me when I was about 17 or 18 that they wish they'd saved £1 a week, and if they'd done that by they were a certain age, they would have all these savings. So yes, save money if you can. I'm terrible at saving. I'm not good. So you can still pan for gold in America. Nico Vlad says, yeah, I'm an Aussie. Sorry, I've just finished work. Had 6 beers. 29, getting too old. Is it beer o'clock? So if you're in Australia, let us know what state you're in. So we've got someone from Victoria in the chat. So are you near there? Australia is so big. Stop calling me bruh for a start, like bruh. I know British accent, I'm sure. When I find my accent in Accent Finder, it's 98% British. But you're actually right. I can only do British accent when I'm in a good mood. That's weird because not many British people are in a good mood. Yes, this channel's for over 18s, only because of some of the things we talk about are related to the Secret Space Program, which is all trauma-based mind control. So you're in Tasmania. I'm from Tasmania, just below Victoria. Okay, so I have lived on Tasmania. I lived in St. Helens for a few months, and it was really beautiful. Whale watching out there is amazing. They're just there. I lived in St. Helens. I lived in what's the first town that you go to when you get off the ferry? Yeah, you love the British accent. So it's 1 o'clock. Yeah, look, I'm doing it, guys. I'm doing it. You are my witness. I'm drinking this bottle of water. This is really happening. Do I have to alter out to drink the water? Possibly, possibly. Is that because you're all whinging poms? Yeah, we're all whinging poms here. What did you call us last time about the £5 noters or something? I think it's really funny. Yeah, whinging, whining pommies. Yeah, we're never happy out here. Never happy. And I thought it was to do with the weather. But then I discovered when you're traveling, everybody moans about the weather. Oh, it's too hot now. It's not that it's cold and damp in the UK. You go to India and it's like, too hot, no. It's too hot. It's too hot, no. Everyone's the same, doesn't matter what country. Launceston, no, maybe, I forget now. You know that when you take that ferry from Melbourne over to Tasmania, I had the worst night of my life. I got PTSD about that trip. It was such a bad journey. £10 poms, that was it. They're Aussies now, though. You know what? Today is my Milab exam, board exam. Oh, good luck. We wish you plenty of good luck. Many blessings on your Milab exam. If I could remember any Malayalam, I would try and share that with you, but I really can't. I've forgotten everything because it was a while back since I lived out there. But that is a hard language. Not as hard as Tamil, but it is pretty hard. 7 p.m. and it's 8 a.m. here in the United Kingdom. We've been going for 115 minutes. So I'm probably going to finish soon so you guys don't get too sick of me. But I might be back on later on. I'm teaching until 9 o'clock UK. So we'll see. I might come back on a bit after that. But it depends what's on, you know, if anyone's doing lives tonight. So Rob's a bit all over the place at the moment. Still pretty bad. The Spirit of Tassie Ferry is a shocker. Oh my God, it was the worst boat I've ever been on. I have nightmares about it. I literally think I got abducted or something from that boat. We deal with the weird shit here, guys. And I'm honestly, I feel like it was like being on the Black Pearl. It really was. It was such a bad journey. It's over. It's kind of easy. The thing is, I'm kind of scared for physics. Oh, you'll be great. You'll be great. You know, you've got no choice to be great. It's India. You've got to pass those tests, dude. You'll be okay. James says here in Minnesota, it can be in the upper 90s, maybe even 100 in the summer, and then maybe down to -30 below in the winter. Whoa. The boat to Flinders Island is worse, like 20 times. I've not been to Flinders Island. I did go to Kangaroo Island. Has anyone else been to Kangaroo Island? I loved it out there. Absolutely loved it on Kangaroo Island. I stayed on there for a whole week in my camper van with my friend. It's some of the roughest waters between Tassie and the mainland. And you know why? It's because we're not meant to be there. Because it's getting closer and closer to Antarctica, so they don't want you going down south of Australia. So there's like energetic pulses that go out, I think. Summers can be quite humid in Minnesota. My knowledge of Minnesota might be limited to the TV show How I Met Your Mother. Wasn't Marshall from Minnesota? I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know. But yeah, below Australia, you're not meant to go there. And they do actually have territory in Antarctica. And it's like then they're not even allowed to go on it, I think. And there are some big sharks. I don't remember seeing sharks, but I do remember seeing whales just in the distance. Fargo, I think, I'm not even sure if I made it through that Fargo movie. Was it a movie or a TV show? But I did like being on Tasmania. So at the time, I was camper vanning around with somebody, and he got a job in a hotel working night shift. So I was sleeping in the camper van, but then in the day he would need to sleep in the camper van. So then I had to literally be out the house for the whole day. So I volunteered in an internet cafe, I volunteered in a pub and things like that, to try and get some cash, or to just I'd volunteer in exchange for internet. There's a lot of ocean between Tasmania and the Antarctica. But you know, this territory, I was reading about it a couple of days ago. Australia has territory in the southern like poles, I guess. I don't know. So yes. But so the furthest south I've ever been was in New Zealand. I was on the South Island, but I was in Nelson. So it's just a little bit south maybe. I didn't really go down to the bottom of the South Island. I stayed in Nelson for like 3-4 months and lived there. And then I moved on to India after that and stayed in India for ages. So, oh, I'm getting a lot of weird energy coming in now. Let's do the bowl. So cleansing the energy, take a deep breath. Oh, letting go of any worries or anxieties about your exams. Hobart, that's the one I was trying to think of. Hobart. By Blue Chicken Farmy. Spider-Man, you only just found out Australia's a continent. What? So James says the governor of Minnesota might be removed from office because the massive fraud I was aware of, at least $19 billion. Oh, Tan, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm coming to the end of my live because I've been on for an hour and nearly 2 hours, an hour and 20 minutes. That's 2 hours. But we have spoken about so many interesting things today, starting with trains. We had a train spotter in the chat educating us about trains and so much more. And we've been talking about so many interesting topics this morning. A really weird high vibe live. We've just been talking about Australia and Tasmania and India and traveling and things like that. I thought we were a country, but we are both a country and a continent. That's true, yeah. Do you think we're heading towards a golden age or a dead world? Well, I'm heading to the golden age. Whether you're heading to that, it's a matter of opinion and intention. So some people are going to be on a not so good. Some people are going to be on the golden age. It really depends on your vibration. Some people will be on the same planet with us and have a very different experience. I don't believe it's a dead world. I do believe, from talking to a friend, that so much damage has been done to this planet that it will never fully recover, and that at some point they will have to leave the planet to go to the off-world colonies. I do believe that. There's more humans, like off-world Terrans, in space than there is actually on this planet. There's trillions. Yeah. It's been fun. Why did that get held? I do not know. See you around. Yeah, please follow me. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. And we do mystical wellness, we do cosmic healing, we do covert program discussion, and all manner of strange things on this channel. You're very welcome. 100% don't believe that Earth is still self-healing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I do connect into the Earth often. I do try and talk to the planet, and the core energy is not as strong as it once was when I tune in. But I'm going to start 12 weeks of violet flame work, so we will be building up the violet flame reservoirs with my students over the next 12 weeks. It's amazing how many people are off-world in the breakaway colonies, yeah, in the civilizations. Honestly, there's more off planet than there is on planet at this point. There really is. And they're so much more advanced. Yeah, they're 60 years ahead just in their general thinking. Right, so when they do their dates, they're 60 years ahead. So like Mars time's different, Mars years are longer and stuff. So but still some of their fashion's very old and outdated, like 1950s, 60s, 70s as well, people say. So yeah, I've always wanted to get off the planet, but now I'm kind of like, okay, the mission's on the planet. We need to do the work on the planet. We're here for a reason. But I also take comfort in knowing that there's versions of me that are off planet. It's just I'm stuck in the body that's on the planet. But, you know, we can telepath with the other versions when we get tuned in. those planetary healers must become unchained and step into their power. Yeah, we need to unite, but we're not really uniting, are we? I don't know. It's a lot of distortion, is what my mind is saying. There's too much distortion. There's too much of influence. Yeah, the fashion. Yeah, the fashion off planet is more old than the fashion that we have on planet. So yeah, I think John Whitberg talks about it in his books as well. So, but I have a friend who's a UK super soldier, and she basically was saying that her fashion's still stuck in the 1950s, and that's just how she loves to dress. It's like in 1950s, skirts and things like that, and colours, and that's really cool. Me personally, I dress like I think I'm Trinity from The Matrix, or I dress like a hippie. It's one or the other. I'm either all black in my witchy mood, or I'm like uncoordinated hippie. I'm wearing Alibaba pants right now, and I don't really care anymore. Who cares? Nobody cares. Comfort over fashion. Trouble believing that rot as well. So yeah, you have very different opinions to me on certain things, Spidey. We agree to disagree on quite a few things, don't we? But it's fine. I think of how they imagine the fashion in The Fifth Element. Yes, fashion on Mars. Yeah, there's lots of breakaway colonies. So they have, some of them are stuck in very kind of old German ways, German fashions. More need to be centered and operate from their heart. That's so true. But unfortunately, it's like the Avengers. We're going to need to have one big scale event to get people to unite properly. I don't know. It's just a thought. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so it's 8:09 a.m. here in the UK. I'm in the northwest of England. It's bright outside, but the sky is the sky's like this fake white. There's no blue sky. You didn't notice the sticker on my helmet, Spidey. Sticker on your bee? What are you talking about? Has everybody watched the Fifth Element movie? Has everybody watched that? Does everybody know what Jason's talking about? If you've not watched The Fifth Element, please go and watch that movie. Who is literally telling you this? Sean and Drago? No. Some of it's just coming from general things I read or watch. A lot of it's coming from John Whitberg because he's got a lot of clear memories of being off planet. I've done videos with Newskin, the Canadian super soldier, and he's got a lot of clear information about what it's like off planet. Who is telling you this nonsense? Calm down, Spidey, calm down. The good thing is more are starting to connect to the galactic celestial higher self. I agree. No, Sean and Drago, I hardly talk to them privately. Yeah. Drago and I are siblings. We, like real brother, sister, not bothered. Sean, I only talk to him if I'm about to do a live. So I work with Sean as a colleague. Who is Two Skin? Seth, thank you for stopping by. I'm not sure what you mean. Same director did Valerian City of 1,000 Planets. Valerian is a super freaking good movie, and if you guys have not watched that, shame on you. Go watch that Valerian movie. It is so good. And that major space station, there's a lot of kind of feeling on that for me. That when they go to that place where you've got who's that famous singing lady and she's doing that striptease, whatever, Draco's energy really feels familiar to you. Yeah, it will do. If I feel familiar to you, then he will feel familiar, because he and I have a very similar energetic signature due to the base code as well. He is a complex person. I don't talk to him very often. We've done a good video together. I'd love to do another video with him, but we clash at times a little bit, just like regular siblings would. So he's a nice fella. He is. He is a very nice fella. Okay, just putting that out there. But one thing about Drago is that he does not entertain relationships. Okay, so if anybody is kind of saying, "Oh, I remember that he was this, that, and the other," yeah, you're not going to get anywhere, right? We can't entertain relationships from other realms of existence in this reality. I did a video on that yesterday, basically, because I know a lot of people find him familiar, and but he is who he is in the here and now, and he doesn't entertain relationships with people at all. So it's hard just trying to maintain a sibling relationship because he's got so much going on. The sticker comment was my lame fashion joke. Oh no, we didn't get it, Jason. We didn't get it. Sorry. But yeah, please watch Fifth Element. Please watch Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets. Please watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Top tips of the day. Definitely watch those shows and movies if you haven't already. Anything else anybody recommends for disclosure or kind of off-world tune in energy to get memories? I'm going to be making a very big list of stuff soon. But I think we all need to make like a community list of things that have helped us activate our memories from other realms of existence, right? At the moment, I'm trying to write a book. So I'm starting to lay out a book series about my altars. I'm working on 2 different formats. One is short stories about the personalities. But I read something out to Flix yesterday, which is in my evening group, and she's like, no, it needs more emotion. And I'm like, that altar doesn't have emotion. AnchorHaven doesn't actually have an emotional range. It's programmed out. So when AnchorHaven woke up in the lab and she saw Drago, Super Soldier opposite, there was no emotion attached. So how do I write about it and be emotional when the drone doesn't have emotion, right? Yes, I see myself as a drone. Yeah. Anyway, okay, getting off topic slightly. So I hope everyone has a good day or a good sleep, and that you have really positive thoughts and lots of healing. Call in that cosmic healing. Let's have a final message from the dragons to support us on this fine Thursday. Or whatever day you're watching this back. Let this be a timeless message of support, please, from the dragon realms. Timeless message. Okay, I picked 3 dragon cards. James says, I get a lot of people saying I'm familiar too. The first time I ever went to music festival Shangri-La, a couple of people came up to me and said they've seen me coming here for years. Oh, interesting. Got very uncomfortable pressure on my head right now. So, collective message, timeless, people tuning in. This is the Earth and Air Dragon saying, manifest your hopes and dreams. Okay, the Air and Fire Dragon says, communicate your passion. Then, as we move forward, we've got the Aquamarine Dragon from Neptune saying, spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive soul knowledge. I think we started with that dragon, possibly. Yeah, so there's a lot of information available. Akashic records are opening up, and I've started to tune into things with me and other people, like shared Akashic records and stuff recently. I need to lay out to do some Akashic readings for myself today. I need to sort out my online shop as well. So if anybody wanted to book in for a distant reading, I have them from like £5 onwards. A distance reading where I just basically send you a photo of the cards I pulled in an audio or something like that, which takes me 10 or 15 minutes. So that's the best value readings. If you wanted something remote, I can do that for you. I think with the Schumann frequency rising, it's allowing people to access so much more. Yeah, it's the planetary convergence thing going on at the moment, and the Mercury retrograde or whatever it is having an impact on people. But it's because it's activating their lowest emotions, their low, deep emotions that need healing, and it's trying to bubble them up to the surface. So trauma healing. Have a message. Yeah, it's accelerating ascension, awakening soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. So what do people need to do to counteract these energies right now, please? Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your 5th dimensional blueprint. Healing and cosmic abundance. So green dragon. So calling in the Emerald Order green dragons, please, for people that require them. Let them be readily available. Let them connect into the Emerald Order of Light. Okay. I've got 2 Emerald Order dragons sent to me by the wizard Phil Barrow. One's like a battle dragon and one is a protection dragon that just circles. So it's really cool. Okay, thank you guys for joining me today. We've been on for 1 hour and 132 minutes, which is a long time. And so we have talked about so many weird things. I think I might make a random thumbnail to put on about all these weird things that we've been talking about. And safe travels in your dream time. And has anybody thought about Mole World being on a ship We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Has anyone experienced that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so these are the Dragon Oracle by Diana Cooper. It's a nice deck, actually. It is a nice deck. This book's getting a bit worn now. These are good cards. I sent Rob some dragon cards, but I wish I'd had a deck of these to send him, because these have got very clear messages on. The deck that I had in, the stock that I had at the time, the messages on is clear, so it's a bit harder for him when he works with the dragon deck, but he's coming along. I'm going to do another live with Rob soon. I might try and set that up, actually, and see if I can go on again this month and in the next week, maybe. Yeah, so I do like doing lives with Rob. The Emerald Order is gaining a lot more traction in people's consciousness. Yeah. What did you ask about a ship? Okay, yeah, so the mole world, the shopping mall, the malls, going to the mole world. Sorry, my accent's terrible. People have been going into the mole world in their dream state, and more people are reporting this place, right? And then David Purcell said to me, I had this dream when I was in some kind of mall, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the mole world. And he's like, oh, well, there were these like 7 feet high black guys with dreadlocks there. And he was being stopped from doing what he wanted to do. And then when he came back to me, he said, that wasn't in a liminal space. That was on a ship. So, mole bowl. I'm saying mall. Shopping mall. So, the mall. Pall Mall. Mall. I don't know how to say it. My American accent's so bad. What would we say in Australia? You wouldn't say mall. Do you say mall in Australia? I don't think so. Anyway, so people are going to this space that looks like a shopping mall. That's how I have to say it. And they're getting trapped, or they're getting training, or something's going on. You do say mall? Do you say mall? Hey, let's go to the mall. No. Do you want to go to the shopping mall? There you go. Hey, Spidey, shall we go to the shopping mall? No, terrible Aussie accent. Really bad. I apologize, guys. I'm so bad. So, 50-50. What do we say? We say shopping centre. We say town. You go to town? You want to go to town? Let's go downtown. That's what we say. So I just call it town. I'm going to town, which means I'm going to the shops. You might say store. We say shops. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he said it was on a ship. So feel into that. When you're there, when you're in this mole world, does it feel like it's a place in the astral, in your dream? When you look around, does it feel like a holodeck? So challenge it a little bit and see if it's on a ship. Interesting. Want to go shopping? Go to the shops, go to town. Uptown, downtown, where is Middletown? That's funny. I need to work on my Aussie accent. Spidey, can you send me a voice note on Discord so I can try and get an accent? It's been a while, you see. But wherever I live, I adopt an accent. So even when I live in India, I have an Indian accent because it's the easiest way to get understood. So I don't sound like this. So when I had to come back, I've been back 11 years now, my word. And then my son had this very broad Indian accent. And then he went to school and the teacher said to me, we're so sorry, but we don't know what he's saying. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I had to really change my accent to become very British so that he would then be able to adapt to a very British accent. And but now he just sounds like a normal, like YouTuber. We sound Aussie, Australian, English mix. I read something so I don't need to think what to say. Yeah, read something out. Just do like a general phrase, and just so I can hear your accent. And I'll try and adopt that Victoria accent for you. And if someone's got a good American accent and you want me to try and copy that accent, send me a voice note so I can try and practice the accent. Okay, because I really struggle with certain words. I do. My tongue just doesn't move in certain ways. I can't help it. But yeah, I need to work on my accents. I love Jason's accent, his Chicago accent. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for joining me. It's 8:22 a.m. here in the UK. It's the 5th of March, 2026. The sky is white. Fake sky here in the UK. Are there any clouds? No, it is all contrails. James says, when I was traveling around the Navy, I used to pick up accents pretty easy. Yeah, we are naturally designed to do that, to fit in with whatever tribe you encountered. It's self-preservation mode. So it's normal to blend your accent so you can be understood. 7:22 in Australia, and it's very warm. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll catch you guys later. Either I'll go live or I'll be in the chat on one of our other shows that we frequent. And I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.